Hello, welcome back to Brassic Classics. Today we're back in England. It's grey, it's slightly miserable, but at least it's not that cold. Before I get started on the Volkswagen, knee brace. Yeah, it turns out skiing's quite dangerous, especially if you have absolutely no concern for your own safety at all. So that's been exciting. Right, so the last episode, obviously we had the cold starting issue with the Volkswagen. And I sort of tracked it down roughly to the glow plug relay. When I was in Germany, I popped to an auto factors store and they wanted like €75 for one, and that wasn't even like a Volkswagen part or a Bosch part. It was just a generic aftermarket part. So I thought, well, I'm not spending £70 on a relay, that's ridiculous. So I went on eBay and I found quite a difference in price. I could get a cheap one, you know, made in China. I mean, I expect they're all made in China. But this one was £14, and I could get a Bosch one for around 40. But I thought, well, for £14 I'll try it. So what I've done is I've bought the cheap one, and in a minute I will, well, right now I'll show you the difference. I'll show you the difference in how they look. I'll describe the quality of the product and what I think. So I'll do that now. Okay, so here I am with the two relays, and they look, luckily, pretty much identical. This is the original one, made by Cracker, if you can see that. And this is my cheap Chinese £14 Top Ram. Yeah. Obviously, they're exactly the same terminal wise. The original one is considerably heavier, but as you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to focus on this, there is some scorch marks around the copper connectors, which is probably, I mean, there's a lot of ampage going through these all the time, every time you start your van, car, whatever you've got, so I mean eventually they burn out. But this is notably heavier. This weighs very little, but let's see, we have nothing to lose, do we? Anyway, so just quick comparison. It is what it is. Right, so now that I've shown you the product, I've compared it to the original one that was in the van. Let's head to the back and I'll show you how to fit it. It's simply just click it straight into the port and it's done. And then we'll see if it works. For £14, I was willing to take a risk. I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? Anyway, let's fit it and see what it's like. Okay, so here we are once again at the engine bay. It's a familiar sight for any Volkswagen owners, this. If you own one of these, you'll spend a lot of time looking at this. Right, so you've got your fuse box in the corner here. Get a light so we can actually see something. Right, so there's a fuse box. So that obviously just falls off and falls on the ground. It's typical Volkswagen. And in there, you can just about see the port. So that is where my £14 top quality piece of Chinesium is going to go, and it literally just slots straight in. Line up the terminals, which is quite hard when you're holding a camera, and there you go. So that's in. Now what I'm going to do is, thankfully this time I haven't got to run round to the front of the car to start it like I did in the last video when I hot wired the glow plugs from the battery, because frankly at the moment that's not a choice. Anyway, let's go to the front and see what happens. Okay, so I've managed to get in the van. That was quite a task. New relays fitted. I'm hoping this should start straight away. So I'm going to switch the ignition on and just watch the glow plug light. I forgot to say the alternator belt's off this at the moment. It snapped about a month ago and I haven't yet put it back on, so the battery might be a little bit weak. I'm just going to wait for the glow plug light, which is still on. That should be long enough. Well, that seems alright. It's quite noisy. And the glow plug light has only just gone off, and that was it's quite a long time. Let's switch that off quickly. I'm just going to take the camera and have a look at this glow plug light and just let's do it again. Let's do it now. Okay, glow plug lights on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'd have expected it to go off by now. It's still on. It's still on. That's quite a lot of electricity going through that relay for quite a long time. Still on. It's still on. Okay, is that something I should worry about? The glow plug light staying on for as long as that? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave the ignition on, wait till that light goes off, and then go and feel if that relay's hot. Because, I mean, that's quite a lot of power going through a relay for quite a long time. So I'm going to switch you guys off, and I'll come back in a minute when I'm at the back of the van. See what this is like. I mean, if anyone's got any idea on this, like I say, it's a £14 relay. I'm not expecting miracles. But equally, I don't want the van to burn down. So let's have a look. Okay, so ignition on. Glow plug light. I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. Still waiting. That's a good 5, 6, 7 seconds. And what's the average? 10? We're past 10. That's about 15 seconds. Well over 20 now. Is it ever going to go off? There you go. So it starts well. Now let's just see about the heat. Okay, around the back, I've just pulled the battery off. Yeah, definitely some heat there. That's fairly warm. Anyway, it does at least work. So I'm gonna vote that as a win. Let me know what you think about this glow plug issue. Sorry, the glow plug relay, whether it should be getting hot and whether it should be staying on for that long. And yeah, interesting times. It's never ending with Volkswagens, which unfortunately I can't drive at the moment because I can't drive a manual because I can't push the clutch down. Yeah, good times. So instead, we're doing a video on this soon. Ooh, XJ8 Sport. Luckily it's an automatic, so I can actually drive it. I used to own this car. It's now a friend of mine's, and it's beautiful. It's a lovely car. It's a 3.2 V8, and it's silky smooth. It's nearly as silky smooth as this car. Any Volkswagen owners out there will be well aware of how good these are. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please do like, share and subscribe, and I shall see you in a video very soon.